Hi everyone, Leo here. First of all, I would like to really thank you all for the nice reaction you have had for my video I'm not for sale. There were also a lot of comments, all very polite and nice. In this video I would like to continue that conversation, actually answering also some comments about AI music production that in my opinion require further discussions. I've seen several people argue that AI systems are just doing what humans do when they learn music, copying and learning from other musicians. I understand this perspective, but I believe there are fundamental differences that are worth exploring. First, let me address the legacy aspect. I'm fine with other humans learning from my music. In fact, it's an honor when someone finds inspiration in something I've created. That's how I want to leave my mark on this world, through the musicians I inspire, the techniques I share, the emotions I help others express. That's a living legacy. But I'm sorry, I don't want to leave my legacy to a machine. When a human learns from my music, they bring their own experiences, their own emotions, their own struggles and triumphs to what they create. They transform what they have learned through the filter of their humanity. That's beautiful. That's how art evolves. But let's dig deeper into why human learning and AI training are fundamentally different. When a human learns from another musician, there is an intentionality, a consciousness, an emotional connection. They are not just pattern matching, they are connecting with the humanity behind the music. AI systems, no matter how sophisticated, are performing statistical analysis on data patterns. Human musicians don't just copy, they interpret everything they learn through their unique life experiences. AI systems lack this experiential filter. When humans learn from each other, there is an implicit social contract. We share our knowledge, expecting it to be passed on. Many musicians actively teach, mentor, and inspire others. This is reciprocal. We all benefit from this exchange. AI training happens without this relationship, without this consent, without this mutual benefit. When a human learns from me and becomes successful, that doesn't replace me. It adds to the musical community. When AI systems are trained on my work and then used to generate new music at scale, they directly compete with and potentially replace me. Being also capable of producing music at a scale and speed I could never compete with. We are not just talking about music here, we are talking about the value we place on human creativity, human experience and human connection. When we say that AI training is the same as human learning, we are essentially saying that human consciousness, emotion and experience add no unique value to the creative process, which is very sad in my opinion. You know, there's a famous quote often attributed to Isaac Newton, but actually dating back in the 12th century. We are like a dwarf standing on the shoulders of giants. This perfectly captures how human knowledge and artistry progresses. Each generation builds upon the previous one, seeing farther because of those who came before. I want other humans standing on my shoulder, but not machines. When a young guitarist learns from one of my songs and then he adds his own twist, he creates something new from it. That's the natural progression of art. That's how music evolves, organically, through human experience and creativity. Do you really want machines standing on our shoulders, reducing humans as mere consumer of art generated by machines? Do you really want such a sterile future? Some of you also brought up ChatGPT and other AI language models, arguing that they do the same thing and asking why I don't object to them equally. This is a fair point that deserves a thoughtful response. You are absolutely right that ChatGPT and similar models are trained on vast amount of text without explicit consent from the authors. And yes, there are applications of these tools that raise similar ethical concerns to AI music generation, particularly when they are used to replace human creative work entirely. For instance, if someone uses ChatGPT to write an entire book and publishes it as their own work, that's problematic in the same way that using UDIO to generate an album is problematic. Both are instances of AI systems trained on human creativity being used to produce creative output that competes directly with human creators. However, I think that there is an important distinction in how these tools are commonly used. ChatGPT has many legitimate, in my opinion, non-creative applications. It can help with research, explain complex concepts, assist with coding problems, help organize thought, or serve as a writing assistant for business communications. These uses don't directly compete with human creativity. They are more like having a very sophisticated search engine or reference tool. AI coding deserves a special mention here. Programming is interesting because it sits somewhere between pure creativity and technical problem solving. When developers use AI to help debug code, explain algorithms, they are often still the architects of the solution. The creative and strategic thinking, that's still fundamentally human. But when AI starts writing entire applications from scratch, we are getting into similar territory as AI-generated music or books. The key difference is that much of programming involves solving well-defined technical problems, where there are established patterns and best practices. Using AI to help with these mathematical aspects feel a bit different from using AI to replace the expression of human experience and emotion that defines music and literature. But here is the key point. I'm not comfortable with any AI system trained without consent and being used to replace human creative work. If someone is using ChatGPT to churn out books without adding their own creativity, experience or voice, then yes, I have the same concerns I have with AI music generation. The difference is that ChatGPT has broader applications beyond creative replacement, while tools like UDIO and SUNO are especially designed to replace human musical creativity. But you are right to call out the inconsistency. The underlying training ethics are similar. Thanks again for all your thoughtful comments. Keep the conversation going. This is exactly the kind of dialogue we need to have as we navigate this new landscape together. See you soon. Bye bye.